The importance of financial literacy. Financial literacy. Boy, what a complicated concept that is. We hear this term on the news and in business publications. They tell us how critical it is to growing your wealth. And yet, so few Americans are financially literate. Only 32% of the population has a budget that they follow. What does financial literacy actually mean? Number 1. What is financial literacy? Literacy is the ability to analyze concepts and change our mindset. Someone who is financially literate can analyze their earnings and change their habits to improve their quality of life in the short term and the long term. They can handle their typical monthly expenses and can also establish an emergency fund, pay off debts, and contribute towards savings and investments. What does this look like in action? Increasing the rate of your retirement savings every time you get a raise, exploring the best possible interest rates for paying off your debt, or regularly checking your credit report. People with little to no financial literacy tend to make purchases on credit when they can't even afford the monthly charges. When they can't make payments, they end up spending more money on interest than rather paying off the debt. They essentially waste their money, paying more in interest and fees than paying down the principal. Financially illiterate people also lack understanding of their mortgages or other loans and don't invest or save for the future. Are you financially literate? Here's a quick check. Do you know how to make and implement a monthly budget? Do you have a rainy day fund saved up, about 3 to 6 months of expenses? Do you understand investments and compound interest? Can you identify the proper insurance for adequate protection of your assets? If you don't know the answer to one or more of these questions, don't worry, you are certainly not alone. Number 2, financial literacy is dwindling. While literacy is a crucial element of our educational system, financial literacy, the understanding of money, is unfortunately not. As a result, financial literacy is on the decline in our modern credit card-driven society. Most shopping is done online, which makes it easy and painless to overspend. Our culture makes it far too easy to fall into debt and dig ourselves a financial grave. Nearly 75% of Americans are in debt, and most of those people believe they will never get out of it. Overextension of our resources is causing a significant problem for consumers. About 4 out of 5 workers in the US are living paycheck to paycheck, and over 25% of them never save any money each month. There is only one way to curb this effect and prevent it from spiraling further in future generations: promoting financial literacy and education. Number 3, financial literacy is important, now more than ever. Why now more than ever? To name a few reasons, there are too many options and the burden is heavy. There are countless retirement savings, investments, and wealth building options to choose from nowadays. And to make matters more complicated, consumers are being asked to decide for themselves. It's a great thing to have so many choices available, but some products or services are too sophisticated for the average consumer to take full advantage of. It's hard to know what red flags to look for and what features you want to see. A financially literate person would be able to sift through the pile of investments and saving options and determine which one best suits their needs and financial goals. While there's still some pressure, the weight of the decision will be much easier to bear for them. Lifespans are longer, but government aid has lessened. Humans are living much longer, fuller lives than we ever have. While it's a wonderful thing, it also means that we need to save up more money for retirement than our grandparents or even our parents did. In the past, people depended on pensions or Social Security to help them through their retirement. Now, though, pensions are a rarity among retirees and almost non-existent for new workers. Rather than pensions, working folks are offered 401k plans with matching programs if they're lucky. They have to contribute to their own retirement and make big decisions about their financial futures. Social Security used to be the primary source of income for retirees in the past. But now, the monthly payments are not enough to cover all living expenses. Even the Social Security Board of Trustees claims that the Social Security Trust Fund may be entirely depleted by the year 2034. Rather than guaranteeing a comfortable retirement, Social Security is really just a means to keep from slipping into poverty after leaving the workforce. The economic environment is always changing. The finance world is a dynamic one, ever evolving and always changing. Since it is a global marketplace, there are many more variables and many more participants to affect outcomes. To add to the chaos, technology ushers more change into the game. Electronic trading, via websites and apps, make the market wildly confusing and cutthroat. Quite the combination for any consumer. Number 4. Financial literacy is necessary for you. Financial literacy is not just important to others or to future consumers. It's critical for you to gain success and wealth. It is the key to break the cycle that so many Americans are stuck in. Becoming financially literate will help you to understand how to budget. Creating a budget of your own is the first step in the direction of managing your money effectively. To save, pay off your debt, or manage your monthly expenses, you have to have a firm grasp on how much money you earn and properly allocate every cent. Once your budget has been established, financial literacy will help you understand when to revisit your budget and make changes according to your new financial goals. Becoming financially literate will help you understand how to manage debt. Paying off debt is so much more than just setting automatic payments to be deducted from your account each month, then waiting for the principal balance to disappear magically. You need to compare and prioritize the interest rates of each debt and be able to consider debt consolidation as a viable option. You must be able to assess your credit score and understand how to improve it. You must also recognize the importance of interest rates when it comes to loan terms for a new car, a significant purchase, or a mortgage. Financial literacy will help you to navigate all of these complex scenarios and still come out on top. It will help you identify the best ways to avoid and get out of debt quickly. Becoming financially literate will help you understand how an emergency fund works. Establishing an emergency fund goes hand in hand with avoiding an accumulation of debt. An emergency fund is really just a savings account that has enough money in it to bail you out of an unexpected, sticky situation. If you are financially literate, you will know how much to set aside. Hint, up to 3 to 6 months worth of your typical expenses, and how much to replenish it quickly if need be. Becoming financially literate will help you understand how to plan for retirement. Once you improve your financial literacy, you can identify how much money you ideally need to save for retirement. You will also be able to determine what types of investments and savings account will help you get there most efficiently. And this project doesn't have to wait until your emergency fund is established or your debt is paid off. Even small contributions to your retirement now will have big-time payoffs in the long run. In 2008, a study from TIAA-CREF, a financial service company, found that financially literate individuals plan for retirement and, as such, have double the assets and wealth than people who do not plan for their retirement. On the other hand, people with low financial literacy tend to pay unnecessary interest and fees, have less total wealth, and borrow high amounts of money more often, with hardly anything left over for retirement. We've come to our 5th and final point of why financial literacy is important. But before we get there, consider subscribing. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. And if you like this content, hit that like button and comment below. Number 5. Financial literacy is achievable. We've established that financial literacy is hugely important for your financial goals, your future, and future consumers. Maybe now you're feeling encouraged and feel like you're on a good path or know how to get on track toward a financially sound future. Or maybe you're not feeling so great and are starting to panic just a little about your financial situation. Whatever side of the fence you're on, here are practical action steps you can take immediately. Start a mini emergency fund. Saving 3 to 6 months of expenses sounds daunting, I know. So start small. Set aside $1,000 to start, then slowly add to that as you can. This will get you started and protect you from any unpleasant surprises that may come along. Work on paying down your debt. A debt of any kind slows down your financial progress. Make a list of all the debts you currently owe, then arrange them in order from most expensive to least. Some folks prefer to pay off the debt with lower totals first and use that momentum to move on to the higher totals. The snowball method is what it's called. Others prefer to pay off the debts with the highest interest rates first to maximize the efficiency of their payments. The method you choose is up to you. Just be sure that it's one you will stick to. Invest 15% of your income. It's time to focus on your retirement. Even if you haven't started saving for retirement quite yet, it's never too late, or too early for that matter. Begin setting aside 15% of your income and investing it in some form of retirement account. Use the 401k option through your employer and take advantage of their matching program if you can, or opt for an IRA or a Roth IRA account. Investing 15% is ideal because it can ensure that you will beat inflation over the years. Pay off your mortgage early on. A mortgage is the most costly expense for most people and households. By eliminating this monthly expense, you will be able to save more, invest more, and pay off more debt. So be aggressive and make payments that are more than the monthly minimum if you can. Just imagine owning your home for good, never sending out another mortgage payment ever again. Build your wealth and share it. At the end of the day, financial literacy isn't just a bunch of concepts put into practice. Its real purpose is to help you live your life the way you want to. Do you want to spend more time with family and friends? Do you want to be able to give to organizations and causes you care about? Do you want to retire comfortably and live a long, full life? Financial literacy will help you get there slowly but surely and will guide your decisions every step of the way. Thanks for watching Cerebral Life, the channel where you learn more and improve your life. See you next time!